Computer Dust Removal Using Pressurized Air with Greg Johnson. Produced by resourcesforlife.com. Rather than using cans of pressurized air, it's a good idea to go ahead and invest in an air compressor. This model from Craftsman has 150 psi, and it can refill itself very quickly, so that's an advantage when you're cleaning a lot of computers. It's best to do this work outdoors because there's a lot of dust that's going to come out of the computer, and when you go ahead and remove the case, the first thing you'll want to do is make sure you don't touch anything on the inside of the computer because it's very sensitive to static, and go ahead and set the air pressure on the air compressor at about maybe 50 to 70 pounds. Probably too much pressure could do some damage, presumably. And it's a good idea to just start with the case exterior, just to make sure that gets clean, and then work your way toward the inside, cleaning the system board next. You may want to go ahead and lift up the computer as you see here in the video. And as you're cleaning inside, make sure you get the fans and the CPU area as well. The power supply will have a fan. There may be an additional fan in the back of the computer. But basically clean out those larger dust balls that you find in there. And once it's all cleaned up, go ahead and get the case put back on. Now in these next video clips, you'll see some close-ups of the kind of dust that you're going to find inside of a computer. Big pieces of dust. Looks like you could knit a sweater with some of this stuff. And the air compressor then kind of blows that around, but you'll notice it still kind of holds on. So you want to make sure you get all of that dust out of there. The dust does work as almost like a blanket over some of these components, and particularly the CPU. It will coat the fins of the CPU heatsink, and that'll prevent airflow, which will overheat the CPU, and that can cause the computer to kind of freeze up or lock up and perform poorly. So here's a close-up of those CPU fins as an example, and you see there's a secondary fan, and that green piece is what's called a cowl. It directs the airflow from inside the computer outside. You might wonder, why is there so much dust building up on the inside of a computer? Well, a computer really functions a lot like a home air cleaning system. It has static inside, the air flows in, and the dust gets caught inside there, just like an electrostatic air cleaner. And that's why there's so much dust. But it's really important to get that out of there, and you can see there's just a lot of dust in this computer. And it was just in a normal office, but because of that static nature, it builds up. So anyway, hope you found this video helpful and informative. Thanks for watching. This has been a production of resourcesforlife.com.